Hello everyone. Hey guys. Let me just pop out the chat so that I can see you guys more clearly and big. Hey guys. Can you hear the sound? Is it alright? 안녕하세요. Hello. Hello. Hey guys. I put a little backdrop song soundtrack. If it's too loud, just let me know. Yeah. Hello. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. It's actually one of the first songs. This soundtrack is actually one of the first songs that I've ever produced, called Jelly Ride. It was like a very jazzy phase that I was going through, and I was listening to a lot of Amy Winehouse at the time, and I still do. I still do love a good Amy Winehouse session, but I was having like one of those like jazz phases, and I made a lot of like jazzy stuff in that period. Yes, no hair. It really feels very. My head feels lighter for sure, like literally, and also figuratively, like both. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you. I don't know if Jelly Ride will ever come back. I know for a fact though that I am definitely going to have a jazz phase again. Like jazz is definitely something that I know that I'm gonna fall in love with again. I mean, I still do love jazz, but I think at the moment I'm going through a bit of a like more of a bedroom pop obsession, and that's kind of something that I'm very much honing into in my production. But I love jazz. I love a good jazz, and as for Christmas, I was listening to jazz. Like Christmas is a jazz period for me. I don't listen to too much other things other than jazz in like winter time, especially in around Christmas time. But how is Matilda from Leon? That's actually one of my favorite films. Actually, I really love Leon the Professional. Apparently, only my friend told me that the name of the film's name, the proper title of the film is actually Leon the Professional instead of just Leon. I didn't know that actually. It was just a fun fact, or maybe it was just like something that just gets lost in the translation of it. Because in Korean, it's just Leon as well. I do not know The Bird and the Bee. Is that the title of a film? It's interesting how you always knew it as Leon the Professional for the title. But yeah, it's been a while since I watched that film, so I might rewatch it soon. Although I'm not one of those people who rewatches movies like over and over and over again. If I've watched it once, I feel like the spark of it is a little bit gone. I actually do not have plans at the moment to release an EP, but I do have a new single coming up in a few weeks, and I'm getting that prepared and set up. I have yet to shoot the music video for it as well, so I'm excited for you guys to listen to it though. I'm always excited for you to listen to my new songs, but this one, it's got like a specific theme to it, so it's got a bit of a cause, it's got a bit of a like a social narrative to it, so I'm really excited as to how I would be able to tell the story of it. But I'm excited, it's coming in a few weeks, yeah. What are the stamps on my hand? It's actually a doodle that I did this morning, and it's, do you guys know, it's one of my favorite emojis, the eye, lip, eye thing. It just makes me laugh for some reason. But yeah, that's the doodle of the day. How did you guys spend the New Year's? I had a very like low-key chilled one, and I think this was actually the first time in a long time that I didn't like wait till midnight to fall asleep the night before New Year. I think I fell asleep at like 10 p.m. and I just dropped down. And I'm having I'm really proud of myself nowadays, because I find myself being able to sleep at a reasonably reasonable time at around 12 in the morning, and like 11 p.m. and 12 in the morning, so midnight basically, and waking up at around like 7, 8 in the morning, and although I do kind of wake up occasionally in the middle of the night at like 3 in the morning, I do find myself being able to go back to sleep fairly easy. And it was just kind of, I'm trying my best to keep that balance of, being on that, keeping that streak going, and going to bed at a good time. And it feels good. It really does feel good. And I didn't want the New Year's countdown to to put a strike on the kind of momentum that I was having. So I just had an early night the night before New Year. And that one, that emoji, that one is by MC. That one is the one that I just drew. Yeah. And yeah, how did you guys spend the New Year's? Play GBA, WarioWare online with friends in a little drinky. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a massive game player, but I do think I'm gonna have a lot of fun playing games with my friends. And I'm not talking about, playing games remotely, via screen and chats, but actually being in the same room, sitting on the same couch, and just, actually experiencing it together. And also a little drinky too. And it's I've never had too much of those experiences, but those few moments that I had, I really miss that. I'm sure we all do. You guys do too. Spend $1 bajillion on VSTs this year instead of video games. What's Diva? Is that like a special plugin? I'm assuming VSTs in terms of audio plugins, if I'm knowing it correctly. Watch the fireworks. Yeah, I'm surprised that actually people did do fireworks. Or maybe I actually don't know, because I'm a bedroom hermit, but in Korea it's not a tradition to do like fireworks in the new year. It's just like a chill thing. For me, New Year means awards. Like for some reason, all the celebrity awards, like all the shows awards and the broadcast network awards happen at the end of the year, and sometimes they do the countdown alongside the awards. And yeah, that's kind of like the big the big event, if you will. And people just kind of gather and watch the awards show, I guess. For me, it's never really been a. I did watch a few like seconds of some of the awards show this year, and it was a bit bizarre. Like, they were all dressed up super fancy. Like tuxedos, dresses, sparkles, makeup, and all the extravagant costumes and dress ups, but they were wearing like one of those like clinical white masks, so I couldn't tell who was actually announcing what and for who. I could only assume, oh, it's that person from their conversations and their speeches, but it was bizarre. It was weird. And man, it must be really difficult to like wear those masks and be wearing like full-on stage makeup. Oh man, I can't imagine. I mean, I've told you guys before that the only makeup that I wear is my lipstick and occasional lip gloss and lip coloring, because otherwise I would look dead like a zombie. But even just that, no foundation, no other like cover-ups or anything like that. Even that, wearing a mask, it's just so cumbersome. It gets all over the place and it just leaves a very ugly mark on it. And I can't imagine how cumbersome it would be if you were wearing like a full-on makeup, or just got a lot of products on your face. I do also have a hard time remembering names of actors, especially in Korea. Like actually no, I do have an easier time remembering Korean actors' names than American actors. I wonder if it's a language thing. Like I can actually I'm now trying to think if I'm actually a good memorizer of actors' names. I'm just terrible at memorizing names altogether. Period. Not just actors and actresses, but just names in general. If you ever meet me in real life and you introduce me and tell me your name, and we keep on talking and we keep the conversation going, and I just kind of like zone out a little bit, just remember that it's not because I'm not paying attention to the conversation, but because I'm trying hard to keep your name memorized in my head, and that just might distract me a little bit from the conversation. But just know that I'm trying my best to keep the memory and get your name just ingrained in my head. That's the only way for me to remember it. You like wearing a mask. You're shy. Actually, I can relate to that a little bit as well. I'm actually, maybe not because I'm shy per se, but it's almost like a social social barrier, if you know what I mean. It's like, oh, I don't know, I feel ugly. I feel a bit like icky. Like I feel like poop today, and not just like mentally poop, but like physically poop. Like my face feels like poop. Like I feel like I'm walking around with a poop on my face. One of those things, And masks help. And it's like, it's justified because I need to wear a mask when I'm going outside, of course. So it's like, double goody. I get to cover up my poopy face and also, you know, protect myself and protect others and stay safe. Everybody's doing one of these like retrospective 2020, you know, things, looking back through the last year. And I'm compelled to do it too myself, because 2020 especially was an extraordinary year for me, and you know, extraordinary for the world, of course, in very poopy ways, but for me it was actually a magical one, thanks to you guys. I feel like I got to experience things that I never expected for myself in the first year of starting music. You know, and it was a bit, I was a bit uncertain, you know, especially in the beginning. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. There were like 10 listeners, like 10 monthly listeners, and you know, I was so grateful for these 10 people, for bless them for, you know, listening to this nobody musician, this person in her room making mediocre music, you know, obviously because I was just starting out, and you know, things were a bit lonely, things got a bit difficult and uncertain, and I wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. And that was really the birth of I'll Just Dance. And I was just doing my thing, and things just kind of gained a bit of momentum, and you guys happened, and you know, I still like wake up and like smile, like literally I smile to myself sometimes, because I'm so excited to have a bigger family, a bigger audience, you know, people who, you guys who are here to listen to my work and see my work and share my work. And it just really gives so much meaning and fulfillment to what I do. And I think that was the spark that was missing in the beginning of the new year, when, you know, I was having so much fun making music, but something felt a bit missing. And I think that was because there was nobody to share it with, or very, 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 very little people, very little audience to share it with. And the more the community grows, the more I'm excited to share the new songs and my new work, and the more I am driven to get better and make better music, and you know, just increase the quality of experience and have more fun with everybody. And it's all thanks to you guys. And I don't want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for making the last year so wonderful and magical. And I'm ready to do more this year. I'm ready to do more. And yeah, I'm ready to do more. And I think I'm ready to, like, you know, branch out a little bit as well. It's great. It's great to be in this room, but I'm sure you feel the same way. But I'm missing the world. I'm missing people. I'm missing the awkwardness of having to encounter people in person. I miss that. And you know, being an introvert, I'm surprised that I miss that a lot. Granted, I have been one of those people who are like, you know, I enjoy the company of others, and I love conversing with other people, but you know, I do love spending time on my own, and I've always loved spending time on my own, and I've always been a bit of a loner. But man, this pandemic has made me miss people more than ever in my entire life. In my entire life of being an introvert, and that really, you know, tells something. So fingers crossed that it's only upwards from now, and in that sense it really means a lot that it's like the new year. 2020 has almost become like a word of word. It's become a noun. 2020 has become a noun. Let's admit it. It's become like a thing that, you know, the word 2020 just brings up all sorts of poopy, negative kind of connotations. And hopefully by the year changing to 2021, it kind of breaks the curse or whatever that's happened to Mother Earth in 2020, and really kind of begin to reap new, better things for everyone in the world. Yeah. Just, man, yeah. I'm excited. And I'd like to say to myself and to everyone, break a leg for 2021 and onwards. I'm one of those people who, I actually really like the phrase break a leg. Thank you, Miss Tex. Thank you, Mercy. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the family. Thank you. Thank you. I am going to keep the haircut for the time being. I'm loving it as well. But as I was saying, I love the phrase break a leg because it's almost one of those things that, like, it jinxes the jinx, if that makes sense. And I'm sure that is the purpose of the saying break a leg. It's like, by wishing somebody bad luck, it is actually doing the reverse thing, you know? I once saw in a travel documentary, which I love watching, especially since the pandemic started. I've been very much enjoying one of those like travel documentaries that I think they all like filmed and shot pre-pandemic. But I once saw one of the episodes where somebody traveled to, I think it was Norway, and they visited one of those fishing festivals that they hold every year. And there's a tradition of kids and families gathering up at the dock when the sailors' ship depart from the port, of them shouting at them, don't catch your fish, have a terrible fishing day. And that's that's what they all say when the fishermen go out for a competition where it's good, where they try to catch as many fish as possible. And I think, you know, that's kind of along the same line of break a leg. It's like, you know, don't catch your fish or break your leg, or, you know, hope you mess up. And by saying that, you actually, you know, actually do well. So yeah, I thought that was really endearing. And I thought it was very interesting how, like, each country has their own like versions of saying these things. I wonder if Korea has them. Actually, we don't. Good luck. I think we say good luck a lot, actually, but in like Korean, kind of Koreanized way, like good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck, or 행운을 빌어. That actually literally means wish you luck. Actually, I guess we don't have one of those like tongue-in-cheek reverse psychology, reverse jinxing kind of phrases. I gotta look that up, actually. Break a leg comes from old Shakespeare acting. If you broke your leg, it meant you were applauded out and taking a final bow, bending at the knee, hence breaking a leg. Interesting. Very interesting. So it doesn't mean like literally breaking a leg, like literally the bone breaks, but it's actually like, you know, by bowing and, you know, lowering your body with your leg, I'm assuming, you're breaking, you know, the leg. Interesting. Very interesting. I see. That's so interesting. In Germany, we say break your neck and leg. That's so interesting how you added the neck thing as well. If you weren't a musician, what would you be? I think I would still be in the creative industry in some form or another. I think I've always had that artist in me. And when I was a kid, you know, we all have like our experiences of having like 16 different dreams as we grew up. And I was the same. I had so many dreams and they changed so much over the years. I wanted to be a doctor when I was a little kid. As much as I hated going to the doctors, I think I just wanted to have a respectable job to make my mother proud. And my mom is definitely one of those very like conservative like Korean moms, like very, you know, takes pride in education and qualifications and all those stuff. Can't blame them. It's just like a Korean mom thing, I guess. And I wanted to make my mom proud, so I started off with wanting to be a doctor, an astronaut. But then I think things took a turn a little bit, and I really discovered that I love creating things. I love being creative. I love drawing. So I wanted to, and that was around the time I started learning to play the cello as well. Around I was 8-ish, 7-ish years old. So I wanted to be a cellist, also a pianist. I took some classes at school for the violin and flute. It was like one of those kind of testing out classes, and I hated it. So I knew that I was like, if I was gonna do classical music, it had to be cello, and it stuck with me. I played the cello for a good decade and a half. So it was something that I pursued very seriously at some point. But my parents got divorced. And it was just like, no lessons because we're kind of poor now. And and I wanted to be a fashion designer. I wanted to be a fine artist. I wanted to, I wanted to be an actress at one point as well. And I took acting lessons and, took part in plays and whatnot. It was really fun, but I had a lot of trouble memorizing the lines. I just stuttered a lot. Maybe I just needed more practice. I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't disciplined enough. Or it was like, acting is so difficult because it's like you're thinking so many things at the same time. Like you gotta be in character, you gotta know the lines by heart, and also at the same time, if it's like a very emotionally charged scene, or if it's like a very kind of like active, like physically active scene, then you're moving your body as well at the same time, you know, doing all these things simultaneously. So man, like actors and actresses make it look so easy, but acting is so difficult. It was so difficult. And for me, it was the memorizing of lines. And maybe it's like something that you need to like read over and 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 over again. And, you know, actors do that to really memorize the words by heart. But I think naturally, I suck at memorizing. I suck at it. And that's why, I don't know, I'm just using that as an excuse, but that's why maybe I just kind of failed some exams that requires a lot of memory. But I dabbled a bit at acting. It was really fun, but I think acting in Korea is a bit different from like other parts of the world, and you know, that's a cultural thing probably, but I just found it really difficult that some of the kids that I went to acting school with were like, you know, they wanted to actually like just be they were just like, they weren't interested in acting for some reason. They wanted to like, yeah, they just wanted to like dance or something. I think they just wanted to be a K-pop idol. But I don't know what they were doing at an acting school. But yeah, maybe I just chose the wrong acting school. But it was still fun nonetheless. And when I was living in America, I also did plays and shows, and I played. We did a school musical called Oklahoma, and there's an original as well. It's like a original musical called Oklahoma. They made a film as well, and it's like set in a southern state area, and it's, you know, it's got cowboys, it's got cowgirls. It's like a little like very suburban area in the western area where, you know, they have all these like, you know, strong western accents, and, you know, they sing all these like very folky like western music. And I got to play like aunt something. I played like a very old lady. That was really fun. Although I had like one solo line, and I put so much effort into nailing that one line. But yeah, good times. I loved my little acting phase. And I remember the song as well. It's like, Oklahoma, okay, Oklahoma, 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 you know it. And when they say, yo, it was fun. It was really fun. I miss musicals. I miss like being in musicals, although it was just like a very small school show experience, but also I miss watching musicals. Like Cats was I think one of the first experiences as a kid of watching a musical, and you know, they had like the original, I don't know when it was, but it was like the original American Broadway cast. It's like disconnected. Oh my god. Is everything okay, guys? Have I rambled on too much? Am I back? Okay. Sorry. Sorry, guys. Oh my god. Do you see how red my face has gotten from that 2 seconds of disconnection? Oh my god. It, like, oh my gosh, my heart is beating so loud. I hate it. I hate this. This this happened last time as well, and maybe I should just, like, maybe this is something that I need to, like, brace myself for. Whenever I'm streaming. my heart is just sorry guys. Sorry guys for the disconnection. What's your favorite JoJo song? I gotta say Slow Dancing in the Dark. It's just Slow Dancing in the Dark. But recently Nitrous as well. I also really like, I really like the full version of Pretty Boy. I was really like, when the second verse hit and Lil Yachty came on, and it's just like, oh my gosh, I did not expect this. It was just like, boom, like, I did not expect this song to take that kind of a turn. Because it was like a low-key kind of like, chilled, I'm a pretty boy, like in the first verse. And then, you know, obviously when Joji released the kind of pre-made version and like pre-released version of it, we were just, you know, I just had my fingers crossed that we would just be able to get the full version. But man, when I got to hear the full, you know, featuring Lil Yachty version of it, I was like, I can tell that he had so much fun making it. Like, all the ad-libs, like all the kind of like school bell kind of schooly kind of like garage bandy kind of production. I could tell that he had a lot of fun. I don't know if he actually produced the track, but if he did, or whoever it was that produced it, I can tell that that person had a lot of fun. It was such a fun experience to listen to, and I live for that kind of listening experience. If you could be a pop artist now, what are some star names that you have in mind? Like, you mean like stage names, like Lady Gaga or Madonna, things like that, right? Yes. Suli is already not my full name. I am Su In Lee, actually. Is that a new information, actually? My name is Su In Lee. Let me introduce myself to you guys. Hello, my name is Su In Lee. That is my Korean name. That is my full Korean name. But it's just like Su became a thing where it's like people, when I introduced myself to people when I was in the UK, I was like, hi, I'm Su In. For some reason, I got a lot of questions. I don't know, I don't know what kind of questions people ask, but it just, like, the conversation got a little bit long. Oh, it's like interesting. Is it like Su In or like Su In? And, you know, just like the conversation got a bit longer than necessary when I was introducing my name. So I said just Su without the E, so that it, you know, it still it stays true to my original Su In without the E in the end, but still, you know, short enough, and it kind of stuck with me ever since. But if I could choose like a completely new stage name, I think it would be like The the Candyman can. I don't know why that came up in my head. Yeah, Candyman. I'm so bummed that they didn't include that song in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Tim Burton version. Cause, thank you, Tio Gatto. Thank you. Sing a bit of Slow Dancing in the Dark. I actually sung that somewhere in my YouTube channel. If you can dig a bit further, you'll find it. It's a very short one, but. In the dark. But I don't understand. I don't. Maybe it's like a copyrighted thing, but it's like a copyright, like a license thing that they had trouble with, or maybe it was like a creative decision not to include it. But I'm so bummed that they didn't include the Candyman song from the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to the new one. Well, the new one, which was back in like 2002, I think, 2004. The Candyman can. The Candyman can. What do you think of Vaporwave? You mean the aestheticness of Vaporwave, or because Vaporwave is like, if I'm knowing this correctly, Vaporwave is not only a music genre but also like an aesthetic genre as well, but it's like it's like a subculture. But I think in terms of both, I like it. Especially the aesthetic of it. I'm a sucker for like futuristic kind of like Vaporwave aesthetic, and it's got a very distinctive aesthetic to it. Like if you Google Vaporwave aesthetic, you would know what it looks like. I'm sure like it's popped up on somebody's Pinterest or Google search or Instagram ad or something at some point. But it's a very weird thing where it's like a nostalgic futurism, and it's got like very pretty colors, and like usually in like futuristic settings, like dystopian futuristic settings, but also in a weird like nostalgic way, as if it's like all the Vaporwave art kind of makes me feel like it was something that's already happened. Does that make sense? Maybe and the music too, the song genre too, makes me feel a bit like futuristic but also nostalgic at the same time. And I think that's really the weird thing about Vaporwave, the weird beautiful thing about Vaporwave. Although I don't know if that's like a proper genre that I can search up on Spotify. I wonder if I like type in Vaporwave on Spotify, it comes up as like one of the genre, like jazz or blues or pop or folk or whatever. Thank you, Uncave. Thank you for supporting. Yes, Daft Punk and Tron. Yes. I will never be there alone. Kind of better be a friend, 'cause I didn't ever give a boo. Kitty bitty good boo to bed today. Nostalgia, but it's been saturated by media. I like that. I really like that, actually. It's like nostalgia, but dystopian. Sorry, I think you put it a lot more poetically than I just did. Yes, Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. Yes, and also his whole like music video series. It's so cool. Yes, of course I've heard Rain on Me by Joji. Don't rain on me. Oh man, I just really yeah. The king of lo-fi, of course. Yeah, I actually listened to that like 3 days ago. It was just something that I regularly have to listen to. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you. Have I seen Bill Ward's? Have I seen Bill Ward's videos? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love Bill Ward's. It just, his videos just make me laugh. And for reason unidentifiable, it's just a mystery why his videos make me laugh and smile and just cackle, but it is the most mysteriously wonderful things on the internet. Check out Bill Ward's. His videos and songs are awesome. I just really wish he would come back. He made a video about a year ago. I think maybe it's almost been 2 years now. Called "I Might Quit," and it was just like a song about might quitting. And then he actually hasn't uploaded anything since. What a legend! Just like, I might quit, and then he just quit. But apparently, I think he's thinking about coming back as well. So hopefully, we'll be able to have him back. But I'm a big fan of Bill Ward's. I'm also a big fan of Jack Stauber as well. His I can't put words into his work. There's no way to explain his work, but it's just like kind of creepy, but also wonderful and magical and, nostalgic and just something very weirdly, strangely amazing about his songs and his videos and his animations. And I really look up to his style a lot. Just his musical style, even just alone, is like my go-to. When I'm producing and I find myself getting hung up on things like the technical side of production, like, oh man, this needs to be panned a little bit, like, to the right or the left, or it needs this plugin, that plugin to make it sound more professional and more studio produced. And then I go have a listen to Jack Stauber. That first 30 seconds of Buttercup, just like, well, actually, no, I might just keep my songs as it is, because it's good enough. It's like, I'm happy with it, And that's the power of Jack Stauber. I love his songs. But yeah. Will you use the sock mic when you play live for millions of people? Fingers crossed that day will come. And man, thinking about that kind of experience, it makes me want to feel like I might pee myself. Like, I can't imagine playing live in front of anyone at the moment. Like, just, I know I've said that I really want to play live shows, but man, a lot of people. But anyway, just to answer the question, yes, probably. But probably not for, not like this one. I think I would love to extend the range of the sock. Like, is this the orange sock mic? Is this the rainbow sock mic? is this the skull sock mic because I'm having a little bit of an emo phase? You know, like I want to have like super diverse range of sock mics to match some like my mood of the day. I should release a line of socks. I actually did think about this. I'm not gonna lie, I did I did think about this. I'm like, I was just lying on my futon and I was like, man, I would love to release someday a range of sock beanies and trademark. Apparently that's not taken yet. But I'm sure like if somebody takes it, I'm sure I can come up with a more witty name. But I'm so surprised that they have not made like anything like that, like sock accessories for mics, because mics are such a huge part of an artist's career. Like, you know, it's like whoever performs without a mic, you know, whether that may be like a what is it, on a like one of those things strapped onto your cheek, or one of those like one of these hold handheld mics. Artists always use mics, and I'm surprised that they don't have like a brand that sells accessories for mics. Yep, I'm overthinking about sock beanies, and one can dream. Maybe I'll someday release a little like boutique range of sock beanies. Okay. Our hour of hangout is almost coming to an end. I really just wanted to say hi to you guys and wish everyone a happy new year, and most of all, like I said in the beginning of the stream, I just want to say thank you. Before it's too later of 2021 to be saying happy new year and, you know, thank you for what's happened last year. Like, I just wanted to say now, here and now, that like I just want to, like, I'm so thankful for you guys for all the support in the last year. It's, oh, man, yeah, I'm grateful, and it's still, I still find it unbelievable that I have you guys. And thank you so much, and I hope we all break a leg and a neck this new year, in a figurative way, of course, not literally. Yeah, thank you for hanging out with me today. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye. Bye bye, love you so much. Bye bye, I'm gonna go. Bye. Bye 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 bye. Bye bye bye.